One of the most frequent questions that I get is, how long will this take? That is a great question, and unfortunately, it's really impossible to answer. I have done cases with children and assets in as little as a day, yes, a day, and I have done cases that have taken 1 or 2 years. And unfortunately, it's really not up to the attorneys that set that pace. What affects that pace dramatically is how much cooperation that we can get from the other side for an agreement and how often we have to litigate issues with the court. Meaning, most cases are set into 2 different phases, or 2 different genres, if you will. In a petition for dissolution involving children, the first genre you can think of as issues resolving children. The second genre you can think of as issues regarding the assets and the debts of the estate. Courts like to deal with kids first because, of course, they're the most important. And we're under a requirement by law that's called Supreme Court Rule 900. We have to have those issues done within 18 months or less. So, if we have agreements with the other side, the only time that it takes to get those agreements done and get that part of the case finished is the amount of time it takes to get it drafted and signed by all the parties. Typically, the attorneys are not the holdup there. It's hammering out the individual intricacies for each family and getting that reduced to writing and having everybody have a meeting of the minds on what that's going to look like. That's a process, and it takes time. That's just one of the processes and one of the final orders that we need in a family law case. The other final order that we need is assets and debts. Again, the more the parties can agree on, the faster the case goes. If the parties can sit down and agree on how to allocate the assets and the debts, that goes pretty quickly. If the parties don't agree on how to allocate the assets of the debts, or they don't agree on what a party's income is, so we have difficulty running child support or maintenance obligations, that takes more time.